attacking pace of yesteryear, but he still delivers a decent cross, and he's being asked now to deliver this corner. Gary Charles away. Di Canio. Sinclair. And this is where West Ham can hurt teams on the counter. Frank Lampard. Back heel. Read by Gunnar Haller. Not from the injury to Hislop. It's a promising start to this game. Very open. Both sides brimful of attacking purpose and intent. Beagrie. Always swinging away from goal. Minter. 2.5 months since West Ham last won a home game. It's against Liverpool. And here's Saunders. And that will boost the confidence of the young keeper. Well-timed sortie. Terry Oreth alongside Paul Jewell. Di Canio. Held off and held up illegally by the Norwegian, Haller. Di Canio up and running straight away. Twisting past Lawrence and then going down. No penalty, says Neil Barry. And Di Canio, to put it mildly, is incandescent. Beagrie. May just be that his reputation goes before him. Well, one or two Bradford defenders looking round anxiously at Mr. Barry there. Haller was the defender, he missed the ball and took the ankle. It should have been a penalty. Di Canio had a case. Lampard. Minto, who does like to get forward. Sinclair, that's a super turn. And Lampard, no foul. They are beginning to flow, West Ham. All this young talent in their side. Excellent piece of play by Trevor Sinclair to set up the opportunity for his midfield colleague. For Lampard. Minto, nice shape to West Ham's work. Di Canio, who defies most shapes that coaches try to impose, and he's away again. And he's down again. And once more, no joy from the referee. Bradford less than pleased that Di Canio went to ground. He's causing them no end of problems. Weatherall's arm came across, and then I think Di Canio maybe trod on the ball. Steeman's beaten. Don't be deceived by the bright sunshine here, it is very chilly. One or two snowflakes falling already since kick-off. Determined to enjoy their day out in the capital. 2 balls on the pitch. Both sides are doing rather well with just one. Beagrie. Test drive across. She's nodded behind, safety first by John Moncur. Bradford buoyed by last week's stunning win over Arsenal. They can beat them, then they feel anything's possible. Peter Beagrie. Windass! Bradford lead at Upton Park. But the goalkeeper surely should have come. And it's that epitome of Bradfordian pride, Dean Windass, who's made the breakthrough past a goalkeeper who should have come to take the cross. by O'Brien. It's all the way back to Aidan Davison. Just over 25,000 inside this stadium this afternoon, and they're making a good noise. They're being well entertained, as was always likely to be the case given the participants today. Joe Cole, Gary Charles. Minter. Canio buffeted, but he's won the throw. Lomas. This time attempting to spread their wings as they seek an equaliser. Gary Charles. Lampard. Here's Lomas. There's Sinclair. They were behind for just 5 minutes. Beaten by a West Ham player who also scored at Valley Parade earlier in the season in a 3-0 West Ham win. Super touch by Lampard. Good control from Lomas. And via a deflection, it fell nicely for Trevor Sinclair. Windas's touch. Redknapp finds it difficult to predict what his side is going to do next, which is frustrating, but on occasion it's very entertaining. Referee plays the advantage. Joe Cole just overran the ball. Lampard though. We will pay good money on a weekly basis to watch these West Ham youngsters. Cole just 18, Lampard a relative veteran at 21. Michael Carrick on the bench today. The line of talent produced is seemingly endless here. Lampard's a little short-handed at the back. In the end for Davison, who owes his place in the side at the moment to an injury to Matt Clark against Watford recently. Canio, West Ham's wild card. Work. Gave it straight back to Stuart McCall. Charles. That hit Beagrie. The referee says it hit him on the arm. Peter Beagrie begging to differ. Di Canio has played it more or less square to Moncur. Oh, I say! Falling as he hit that. His standing leg was going from beneath him, and yet still he kept it down, kept it on target, and John Moncur has a spectacular first goal of his Premier League season. And it goes towards Saunders. Minto is watchful. West Ham will just want to retain this advantage through until half-time. Trailed and now being in front. Gary Charles. Oh, that's a foul, that's a penalty. It's a silly challenge by Moncur on Dean Saunders. No need. Saunders was no immediate threat. Moncur with some explaining to do. Water facing Beagrie. 2-2 and half-time is imminent. Trademark celebration. Trademark performance this from Bradford. They just never know when they're beaten. And that's what makes them such endearing members of the elite. Well, what a pity that half has to end at any stage. But end it must at 2-2. It's been terrifically entertaining. Ferdinand. Given away to an audible groan around this stadium. Both sides have led. Now neither does. Beagrie forward. Windass. Gareth Wally. Bradford unkindly dubbed Dad's Army in some quarters. Haller. Spilt by the goalkeeper, and Jamie Lawrence has pounced. 2 minutes played in this second period. Goalkeeper should have held it. Well, there's no way that West Ham's defenders wouldn't have seen Jamie Lawrence. For more. Inside Weatherall. Good tackle on the call. Wally. Lawrence. Bradford have a throw. As well as having the lead for the second time this afternoon. They spent their week trying to sign Stan Collymore from Aston Villa. Bradford are doing pretty well without him. First season in the top division in 77 years. Here's Lawrence. That's nice. And it's still Jamie Lawrence. Oh, and he's done it again! He hadn't scored all season long, and now he's got 2 in 4 minutes. This is one remarkable team, Bradford City. 4-2 up. Discernible difference in the mood on the two benches. Lomas. Moncur. Decanio. Swept clear of Haller. And now inside the Norwegian. And past Lawrence. And still going, and then he had his legs taken. Or did he? Well, it looked like a penalty from here. Oh, Decanio, ever the showman, is saying, take me off, substitute me. And it's play on with Saunders, and he's hit the post. Whilst Decanio, 80 yards away upfield, is still remonstrating. This is extraordinary. Beagrie, no one there for Bradford. And the boos are because Upton Park, as one, feels that there should have been a penalty, but Bradford, meanwhile, nearly had a fifth. Outside of Saunders' boot, around the keeper off the base of the post. Moncur. And Decanio, at the top of your picture now, is down on his haunches, still talking to the bench, and I think still trying to persuade them to substitute him. He feels he should have had at least 2 penalties. His is the name on the lips of 25,000 West Ham supporters. There's going to have to be something mighty special from him and from his team if there's to be any way back for West Ham, trailing by 2. That's assuming he stays on, of course. Well, it is a substitution by West Ham, but it's Gary Charles who's gone off. Paul Kitson, a striker. Decanio. Haller with a kick at thin air. Shot on the turn, Joe Cole. They have hugely high hopes for Joe Cole in East London. Moncur, who seems to launch most of West Ham's attacks. Sinclair. Kitson in behind, and Kitson lost his footing, and O'Brien fouled him. West Ham have a penalty at last. And now there's an argument developing as we watch this replay as to who should take it. Because Frank Lampard has come forward and said, look, it's my job. You missed the last one, which indeed Di Canio did in a cup tie against Aston Villa. But seniority, well, is it going to win through? Well, it's the sort of decision the manager is supposed to take before a game. And Harry Redknapp had nominated Frank Lampard as the penalty taker. But Di Canio seems to be in charge of everything. A route back, possibly, for West Ham into this extraordinary game. Still the arguments continue. Wayne Jacobs being pulled away by David Weatherall. There are one or two combustible characters out there, but the most combustible of all is due to take the penalty. Jacobs and Sinclair being lectured by Neil Barry, who, if he thought he was coming here for a quiet afternoon of football, has been sadly mistaken. This game has had just about everything. So at long last, it is Paolo Di Canio, and West Ham do have hope. And whatever the rights and wrongs, whether it should have been Lampard or Di Canio, the Italian does generally take a mean penalty. And he's still making his point to his junior colleague. 4-3 to Bradford. Minto, Di Canio, like a puppeteer pulling every string going. And there is Di Canio. Very close to making it 4 apiece. Kitson setting him up. Weatherall. Moncur. Lomas. Sinclair. Still 20 minutes to play in this game. Lampard. West Ham weaving pretty patterns. Lomas. Sinclair. Joe Cole. It is 4-4. And Joe Cole is a Premier League scorer for the very first time at the tender age of 18. And however long he plays, he won't take part in too many games like this one. Di Canio came back off Jacobs. Lampard. Well, most of the traffic is heading in one direction now. Buccaneering header from Kitson. Freedom for Di Canio. Upton Park agog. Largely thanks to the efforts of this man. Frank Lampard, he scored! He has scored! It's 5-4! Upton Park explodes! 7 minutes to play. What a game! Bradford having to chase a game that they seem to have won. Up goes Weatherall. And who would rule out a final twist? This game has been beguiling, captivating, dramatic. Choose any adjective you like. Kitson. Here's Beagrie. Ferdinand out of play. An awful lot of people looking at an awful lot of watches now. Stuart McCall for Gunnar Haller. That's some tackle by Joe Cole. He's hurt himself in the process. but a seasoned defender would have been proud of that. Brave, firm, fair, very effective. Wally. Chance here is that for Windass, smothered by the goalkeeper, who will never forget his West Ham debut. And it is a winning debut, which for 3/4 of the afternoon looked highly unlikely. Extraordinary. It's the only word for it.